And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. We are live talking high school football, and we are going, you can already see it, we're going live to the backyard of the Big Jeezy. It looks like a resort, but that's actually his backyard. He's going topless, he's got the sunglasses on, and he's relaxing in the pool. Geoff, I wish I was you right now.
Everyone wishes they were me right now. Look at me. This might be the first time. You should have put a thing on saying it's TVMA because there could be some nudity. Because who knows if I'm wearing pants? It's my house, Pep. It's my house. But what do you think of stately Gorham Manor behind me?
It's amazing. I thought you were at like Pelican, what's that, Pelican Hill? The resort down in Newport?
They have nothing on stately Gorham Manor, my friend. Nothing.
Well, Geoff, we also have Coach John Rice. You know, he's coached a bunch of different places across the Riverside and the IE. Coach Rice, thank you for jumping on because we want to talk about, you know, some of the Riverside TV programming that's coming up. You know, Geoff and I do a lot of it. You did some of that Red Zone stuff last year. And, Coach, from what I hear, you're going to be back. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some different things. I'm really excited for the season. I think I'm doing something Friday night with some games. We'll be going through different Riverside games. Switching back and forth, checking in with the live broadcast Friday night with Gazal, and then maybe checking in with you on the Pep Zone. And then Thursday, I'll try to be on the crew somewhere. Just got to get my football fix.
You know, I'm you know, maybe I'm biased. Of course I'm biased. But, you know, talking to you guys, Coach, and Geoff too, like, this area, especially the city of Riverside, is spoiled with our coverage, man. Live games on Thursday and Friday, and then live RCC football on Saturday. Then we've got Coach Rice doing like the Red Zone stuff, and then the big Friday night pep rally with highlights and scores. Like, nobody else is doing this.
Hey, you forgot the coach's perspective.
Nobody watches that.
Every single it's an award-winning show, my friend. It's the only one that you haven't won an award yet from the city of Riverside, have you? Maybe this fall, though. Maybe this fall because of the pep rally Friday nights.
I can only hope.
Yeah, and that's all you're going to get as long until you get that hardware. I should have brought
my
that
hopes
out
and dreams.
Yes, your hopes.
But, Coach, you've been on the opposite side of it too, Coach Rice, because, you know, we've covered you. You were coaching.
Yep. It's a lot easier to be off the sidelines and enjoy all of Riverside football and work with you two guys and not worry about all the stress during the week. And I'm having a blast, and I'm really looking forward to it.
He's the Gorton's fisherman, Pep. Look at him. Doesn't he look like he's from out of a Steinbeck novel?
Oh, hold on, Geoff. Perfect cue.
I need a large. You have to give me a large. Do not set me up with a big extra large raincoat and this big floppy, big yellow hat. You got to give me the right size now.
What are you talking about? You are the Gorton's fisherman or John Steinbeck. We're going to have you on for the Rice Zone or the Rice's picks or whatever we're going to call it. And then
I prefer Steinbeck. If I get to choose between the Gordon fisherman, and Steinbeck, it's always going to be Steinbeck all the way.
I'm telling you right now, you were mistaken because those fish sticks I lived on, Gorton's fish sticks as a kid, and now when I see you, you are so delicious, Coach Rice.
Oh, my gosh. I think not. I prefer not.
All right, guys, let's talk some football here as well. And, you know, let's talk about the Riverside schools. Obviously, you know, Ramona went and won a CIF championship and a state title, and we saw the resurgence of Poly. They got to a CIF championship game. We saw King get to the CIF semifinals. Maybe not a surprise, but, you know, for Coach Rice and Geoff too, like, what do you think are the storylines, at least going into 2024 for the Riverside schools at least?
Well, I'll start off by saying my Ramona Rams are the state champions, CIF champs, CSDR state champs, CIF champs. I will say this, though. I think the biggest storyline in the city of Riverside is everybody's going to want to get a piece of Ramona High School. There's going to be a big target on their back. I know the River Valley League is going to be tough this year. It's going to be a great league with Norte Vista coming after them. But remember, Ramona's playing all the big boys, all the Riverside schools preseason. So it's going to be fun to watch the Rams try to defend that state championship.
I think one of the biggest stories is going to be King and Coach McMains because they went to a semifinal last year, and he's got some players, and I'm really looking forward to following them this year. The other thing is that the Ivy League is a brutal league, and I think that there's going to be maybe four playoff teams coming from there. They're going to make good runs. So it's going to be an exciting season with several storylines to follow.
Let me ask you guys this, because the last couple of years, let's even say like Arlington, right? Arlington sneaks into the playoffs, had that magical run at the end of the year. They win CIF, they get to a state championship, and then we saw, what Ramona and Poly did last year, to get to the finals, and in Ramona's case, winning the whole thing. Who's the team this year that feels like, they're going to turn some heads, they're going to make this run? Because I feel, and, I'm not trying to steal anyone's thunder if you're going to pick Hillcrest, but I'm picking Hillcrest. I feel like they just got a lot of guys back this coming season that maybe they can, even finish third in they're going to be in the Sun Belt League now, right? Because they moved to the Raincross Conference, but just sneak into the playoffs, get a favorable playoff division, and then make a deep run.
I think Hillcrest is a great addition, and they're going to get into that league, and there's a 6-team league, right? So they're going to have plenty of chance to advance in the playoffs. And I'm sure coach is going to be up for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I agree with that, but I do think that Hillcrest, unless they get third, they won't be that team, because I do think that them and Rancho Christian, because you never know what Rancho Christian has, and Poly, who's still getting better, Hammett's in that league, Valley View, and Arlington. Here's what I'm thinking. I think Patriot, just outside of Riverside, used to be in Riverside, could be that team, because they haven't made the playoffs in a while. And if they were to get, just say, second or third in the River Valley League, where would they be? I think if I'm going to pick anybody, I'm going to go Patriot from the River Valley League.
And I'm going to go back. Pep, can I go back to the Sun Belt again? I mean, we didn't mention Hemet. I know they're not in Riverside, but I think Hemet is always very physical and very tough, and I think they have a great shot to win that league.
Well, Coach, let's do this then. Let's stay in the Raincross Conference right now, because, at least on the Inland Sports Show, we talk a lot about the Big West Conference schools. We talk a lot about the Citrus Belt League, because there's some good football, great coaches, great athletes. But really, I feel like the Ivy League and the Sun Belt League are going to be super competitive with some really good games, Coach. You mentioned the Ivy League already. They got Liberty now in there, Paloma Valley, Vista del Lago. So Ivy League specifically, listen, no doubt Orange Vista is the team to beat. They won a CIF championship last year in D5. But, I mean, top to bottom, there's no weak links, Coach, in that Ivy League.
That whole league is a black and blue run down your throat, run the football. And if you can't stop the run, you're going to be in big trouble. So I think that's a toss-up. Rancho Verde is definitely in the driver's seat, but then they got to play Rancho Verde, the brothers on the field. That's always going to be a great game. Liberty is very physical, great coaching staff, and then Paloma Valley stepping up, and coach has that program in the right position. And then Vista del Lago every single year comes up with a good team, and they're all physical football teams.
Yeah, Geoff, you have anything else to add on Ivy?
Well, I do. I wanted to say about Hillcrest. I think Hillcrest is geared to win that league, the Sun Belt, for one reason. Every team underneath them likes to smash and run smash mouth football. I think Hillcrest, if they can throw the football with those guys, and Vences, who's still there, is going to be very good. The Ivy, though, I'm going to go Liberty, because it's near the stately Gorham Manor. And I'll tell you what, they're getting better at when you're getting better in Frisbee, then you're going to get better in football. And I'll tell you, every single sport, from softball all the way to badminton, they're getting more and more successful. I'm going to pick Liberty to win it behind Orange Vista and Rancho.
Uh-oh. You heard it here
first. I think I'm going to switch up on him, and I'm going to stay with Orange Vista, Rancho Verde, and Liberty. In that order.
You know what, Coach? I think I'm with you too. I love Big Geoff, and I love him taking chances. I know he likes to roll the dice, but man, Orange Vista, they're the defending champs, Geoff.
Bison, baby, the Bison are coming.
And then going to the Sun Belt League, Coach Rice, if there was a league out there that I would say is wide open, where any of the 6 teams might have a chance to win that league, I feel like it might be the Sun Belt League. I'm looking at the teams right now, and I'm like, goodness, like I feel like all of them have a chance to, win the league, or at least finish in a spot for the playoffs.
I am in total agreement. Hillcrest, you got Rancho Christian, Poly, Hemet, Valley View, Arlington. That's a wide open league. I think it's going to prepare them for the playoffs pretty well, and they'll get 4. Well, they get 4. They have 4 teams for the playoffs at a 6-team league, so that that's going to be. I think that's going to be. There's going to be upsets, and some of them are going to beat each other. So I think it's going to be. I think you're going to have to have no more than 2 losses in league, maybe 4-2, 5-1. I don't think anybody's going to go undefeated in that league. My opinion.
No, I think you're right. I think we're gonna have some real battles. And one quick plug
Carter.
for the Inland Sports Show, Geoff and Coach Rice. So, I put it out there that I wanted the fans, coaches, players, I wanted people to vote who they thought would win league titles. And I want to say real quick, the voting will continue through the week. So like Saturday night or Sunday, I'm going to cut it off. And then probably Sunday night or Monday morning, I'll put out a graphic with the predicted league champions based on who submitted votes on social media. So without giving away the results so far, I will say that Valley View is getting a lot of love on social media.
Stop it. Just stop it. Nobody can go. No, stop. Because nobody can go against the fighter pilot, Travis Carter. They're going to be Air Carter. I'm telling you, Riverside TV is going to have them on at least 3 times. That is another reason why. But we will see them take care of all of the bandits. It will be the Hillcrest Trojans winning the Sun Belt, followed by Rancho Christian, whoever they are. What is Rancho Christian?
The Eagles, aren't they?
Coach Lowe. Yeah, Coach Lowe. Yeah, he has a good staff. They are very well coached. I think they stumbled last year a little bit in a couple games, but they'll have a shot at it. I'm gonna go with Hammond as an upset over Hillcrest. They might be playing for the championship.
You're crazy, Coach.
Those two, and then in third place maybe Rancho or Poly.
You're crazy. I'm telling you, Poly's going to get third, and then it's going to be Hemet. I live out here in Hemet, and then Valley View, and then I'm sorry, Argamosa and Arlington. You will be bringing up the backside. I love you guys, but you're bringing up the backside this year.
And Coach Rice, to go back to what you said about Rancho Christian, last year, Coach Lowe, I was kind of messaging with him, trying to get him on the Inland Sports Show, and I totally respect this. He said, listen, we haven't done anything yet. Let us do something. Let us win something. Let us do something, and then we'll come on the show. I was like, you know what? I respect that, So
me too. I just have a lot of respect for him, the way he runs his program. They're well coached, motivated. They execute well. Just haven't had a lot of top tier athletes, and they've had some injuries, and they can't afford that. They have a lot of guys playing 2-way. So I think they may sneak in there at third. Like I said, I think Hammett and Hillcrest will fight it out. Travis has a great staff. He's done a great job for many years there. And then maybe Poly can jump in there second or third. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
John Rice.
Yes, sir.
2 things. What ring are you wearing, first of all, because you're showing it prominently? Show that ring. And then
gotta move it down.
Second thing is this. Listen, Hillcrest is a Riverside school, and they are putting us in their program this year. We're getting like an ad in there. So Hillcrest is going to win no matter what. That's it. So I always cop to the sponsors. See? Coach, and what is that ring you're wearing that you showed so extensively?
Well, I'm going to put it away now because it's embarrassing. But that's the St. John Bosco ring from.
Is that a state championship ring?
Yes. I don't wear it. It's like once or twice a year. So since I got called out, I'm going to put it away. I got called out, and it's gone. There it is.
The only reason I say that.
How's that? Is that better?
No, the only reason I say that is because it looked like a state championship ring, but I have a national championship ring coming to me August 9th by the national
RCC Tigers?
RCC National Champion Tigers.
Right.
On the broadcast team, I got a national championship ring, and I'm going to wear it everywhere.
Awesome.
I'm going to wear it to your house, John Rice. You can put that ring back on, my friend.
We'll see which one weighs more. You wear it for a while, and then
I'll tell you which one weighs more, buddy.
We'll put them on a scale. Here we go. Right, this is for you, Geoff. Right there, baby. Geoff.
God, Rice, I love it. But that's only a state. It's only a state championship, buddy. I got a natty. All right, let's get to some more leagues. Give me another league.
You know what? We'll save RCC for another day. But yeah, let's talk real quick. We've got about 10 minutes or so, less than 10 minutes. So Big West, let's start in the Big West. Big West upper, I think we're all in agreement. Centennial's the team to beat. They actually look really good this year. I think they've got a lot of returning players. They're going to be loaded. So really the conversation, at least in the Big West upper, is the battle for second place or the battle for the playoff spots, because there's some really good teams in that Big West upper that don't make the playoffs. So Geoff, any bold predictions for our friends in the Big West upper?
Salamander Bachmeyer.
Yeah.
AKA Bear, I believe, is back for his senior campaign. Lance Pfeiffer, the assistant coach over there at Marietta Valley, and I were talking last week. And I'll tell you what, I think Marietta Valley is going to get some people. I think they get second place, but I talked to Matt Logan earlier this week too. We didn't talk football, so I can't really say anything about that, but I do, Centennial is always great. So I will say this, Vista Marietta, Chaparral, as you like to say, they work so hard. As Chaparral guys work so hard in the off season. They get better and better every year. What's that guy's name? Raymer?
Yeah, Coach Raymer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hair all over him and stuff. He's like a big, tough guy. And I tell you, he is a coach I admire and like. So I'm going to say right now, Chaparral will make the playoffs. Norco might be on the outside looking in for the first time ever.
I'm going to go with, I agree with Centennial. They're on top. We went to the Centennial Marietta Valley game last year, and Centennial is the class of that league. Marietta Valley, very, very good. Bear is an awesome football player, but I think they'll be second. And then I think Chaparral will be in third, and they'll get a playoff spot. And then I think it's up for grabs between Roosevelt and Norco and Vista Marietta for fourth.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys too. I think Centennial's won. Marietta Valley's got a lot of guys back, including obviously their star quarterback. So I feel like they're number two. I know Chaparral, they lost their QB to Mater Dei. But Coach Raymer does such a great job. I'm sure he'll still get his guys to play hard. I really think that battle for third and fourth is going to be really interesting to get into the postseason there. Because if I remember correctly, was it Vista Marietta finished in fourth last year but did not make the playoffs, and Roosevelt was fifth, right? And they actually got in. It was something weird like that, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. Somebody had a winning record and didn't get in. I don't think Roosevelt got in.
Oh, then maybe it was Roosevelt that was out in Vista Marietta.
And they had a winning record. There's just they can't get it right. I mean, if you change the system, some people get upset, and there's never a perfect system. It seems like there's always going to be somebody on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And remember this. You had Hank Bachmeier, one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks. You had Tiger, who was a great receiver. Now, what is that, Stanford?
Yeah.
And you have Bear, and then they have the younger brother, Komodo Dragon.
Komodo Dragon Bachmeier.
Yeah, he's amazing. I heard he can do everything. He's like a Garrison Hurst.
Ricky Waters.
Ricky Waters. I mean, he can throw the football over that mountain. He's amazing.
Hey, Geoff, if there's anybody out there, Pep or Geoff, that has not seen Marietta Valley play in person, I would encourage you to get out there, because you cannot appreciate how good Bachmeier is in that offense and what a dynamic playmaker he is unless you see him in person. Been coaching a long time, and it was a joy to watch him play football.
And guys, I don't know if you heard this, because he said it on the Inland Sports Show before, but he's also part of it's an a cappella group they sing called Hacapella at Marietta Valley. So he's also, he's creative. He's a singer. I think he plays guitar. Like he's not, I guess, your typical football guy.
Is that you, Geoff Gorham? Is that you? Is that your alley? Play us a guitar. Sing us a song, baby.
He sounds like a beatnik. My kind of guy. Should be like hanging out reading poetry to him. Yeah. I know he has crazy hair. I do know, and he's very sensitive. So maybe we can have a rom-com with the armadillo Bachmeier or Bear.
All right, guys, let's go to the Big West Lower real quick, because I got the cheap Zoom and it's going to run out soon. But in the Big West Lower, it looks like it could be wide open as well. Great Oak, Marietta Mesa, King will be there in the mix. Coach Rice and Geoff, what do you guys think with the Big West Lower?
I think I'm going to go with King. My man Jason McMains and staff, I'm rooting for them. I think he's going to put things together and go farther. You make it to the final, maybe win a championship. Then I think it's up for grabs. I'm hoping Santiago can sneak up in there and we get a playoff spot this year.
Jeffrey.
Well, my dog just got, I don't know if you saw, but Thor was running around.
I saw something. I thought you were getting attacked by a wolf.
It was Thor. It was
the King Wolves.
My trained shepherd. Okay, here's the deal. I think the Big West Lower, which I really want to change. I hate the dynamics of lower and upper.
What would you name it then, real quick? What would you name it?
I have no idea. I was trying to ask my wife this because she's an English teacher and smart, and she was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm going to go King. Jason McMains is awesome. Everywhere he's been, he has the Midas touch. I think Marietta Mesa, Great Oak, Santiago. our boy over there coming back. He's been risen from the dead.
Yeah, Coach Morrison is back.
Coach Morrison, he's come back, and he said, I'm going to take back over the program, and we're going to be fantastic. Yes, son. Why are you bothering me right now, Luke?
There was a hawk right there.
A hawk?
There was a hawk.
Okay, this is my son. He's in his underwear. So we don't talk. Okay, there's Thor.
Oh, there's Thor.
Is that Thor? Hey, Thor.
Yeah, there's Thor. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Scott Morrison, and then I have to say Temecula Valley, and then Corona. Corona, didn't they just lose their coach, Derringer? Now he's at Citrus Hill. Isn't he a Hawk?
Yeah, Geringer's at Citrus Hill.
Yeah.
Coach Andy Diaz at Corona. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's my picks for the Big West, whatever. I'm not calling it lower. I refuse.
Geoff, workshop some new names for the Big West upper and lower.
I'll reach out to my people.
Okay, we got 3 minutes left, Geoff. I know you had a quick basketball note you wanted to share with everyone as well, right?
You are darn right. I am the voice of the UC Riverside Highlanders, and my guy, Kyle Owens, he has just gone through cancer treatment, chemotherapy. We have been in constant contact since he ended his season at the Big West tournament, and I am happy to say that he worked out with my friend John Van Houten today for the first time since last season. So I wanted to say the prayers have paid off for my dear friend Kyle Owens.
Yeah, and Geoff, the picture that we're showing right now, that was today, right?
That was today.
Uh-huh.
Today, working out with Coach John V. So great to see Kyle Owens making his comeback to try to play basketball again. So I love you, Kyle Owens, and congrats.
All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. So real quick, programming note for Riverside TV. So the plan is live high school football on Thursday and Friday. We'll have Coach Rice in studio doing a red zone type style show, kind of going live to different games as teams get close to scoring. And then at 11 p.m., the Friday night pep rally with scores and highlights and analysis. Coach Rice, are you fired up to get this thing going? Because week zero's here.
I'm excited. Let's get going and get to see some great football. This Riverside deal where people are playing each other is great for the city. It's great for Riverside football, and I'm looking forward to it.
Jeffrey.
All I know is this, guys. We're going to have over 30 football games again this year. We're going to have 2 on Friday nights, which is amazing. We're going to get feeds from the Val Verde district. We're going to get feeds from out there in the Southwest, out here in Temecula and Murrieta. We're going to have 4 or 5 games we're going to have on at one time, and we can go to those highlights. And then Friday night, we can go to the second best show on Riverside TV, the Riverside Pep Rally with Pep Fernandez and yours truly. And then, of course, every week before the game, we have the coach's perspective, the greatest, most decorated and journalistic show on TV.
Guys, it's been an honor. My cheap Zoom is running out. Coach Rice, it's always good to catch up with you. I'm sure I'll see you in the Riverside TV studio soon. And
Thanks,
Geoff,
man.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
Oh, I'm going to just float naked in my pool, and I want everybody to visualize it as I
That's
go
a bad
back.
thought, man. Too much
Good night.
information.
Hey, as I say goodbye to everybody, good night.
And we'll be back with more Inland Sports Show after this.
See ya.